If you have questions about what it's like to work with an architect, you're not alone. Only about 5% of the population works with an architect in their lifetime. So we field many questions. How does it all work? What should I expect of my architect? Or what does an architect actually do? Now we hope this video starts to answer some of these questions and helps you feel more knowledgeable and confident as you engage with an architect for your project. I'm Tim Schroeder, President of Newman Munson Architects, and whether you are working with our team or another architect, we want your project to be a success. We've found that creating success is a lot easier when everyone has clear expectations from the start. And expectations begin with the services you want your architect to perform. In this video, we'll discuss basic architectural services and how supplemental architectural services complement them and provide the opportunity to customize the services you need for your unique project. Basic architectural services, or basic services, are just that. The baseline or typical services an architect would traditionally perform to complete the design of and help you oversee the construction of your project. As part of basic services, your architect will organize and coordinate a team to support the design effort. Structural, mechanical, and electrical engineering services are necessary for most projects, and typically they're included in your architect's basic services fee. Larger architecture firms may have these engineers on staff. Most architects, however, have a list of go-to consultants they will recommend based on your specific needs. Basic services break down into 5 phases, which will take you from design exploration through construction. Schematic design is first. This is where the general design approach is fleshed out. It begins with a review of the space needs, schedule, and budget which you are expected to provide. If you don't have these items organized, no worries. Your architect can help you by providing supplemental services. More on that later. The second phase is design development. With the design direction established, your architect will work with you to determine the appropriate materials, finishes, and systems. The third phase is construction documents. Here, your architect will be focused on developing a detailed set of drawings and specifications that communicate precisely what you want to build, something essential for the next 2 phases. Bidding and negotiation is next. This is when your architect aids you in soliciting quotes and establishing contracts with the general contractor who will be responsible for construction. Finally, you have the 5th phase, contract administration, during which your architect acts as your advisor and consultant during construction. That's a high-level summary of basic services. Architects, however, can do much more, adding a great deal more value to your project. This is where supplemental services come into play. As the name suggests, supplemental services can be added to the scope of basic services. Common supplemental services include programming, existing facility surveys, site evaluation and selection, master planning, civil engineering, landscape design, and interior design, design and procurement of furniture, fixtures, and equipment, energy modeling, third-party performance certifications like well building, living building, or LEED. And then there's historic preservation and assistance with historic tax credit applications. And depending on the unique nature of the project, specialty consultants such as acousticians, audiovisual consultants, or third-party cost estimators. These are just a few examples from a long list which your architect will review with you to establish their scope of work, to set expectations and determine their fees. That's a brief summary of basic architectural services and how supplemental architectural services complement them to round out the services you need to complete your project. Watch our video on how architects determine fees to learn more about the costs of basic and supplemental services. Thanks for watching.